All right, welcome to another edition of Between the Lines, fueled by Gatorade. My name is Gabe Henderson, alongside voice of the Vikings, Paul Allen, Ben Leber. And the Vikings fall 14-7 to the Cleveland Browns today. And it was a tale of 3.5 quarters because after the first drive of the game, Kirk Cousins was 6 for 6 for 59 yards and a touchdown, and then 15 of 32, 144 yards, and an interception for the remainder of the game. Ben, like I said, tell it two halves, but this Cleveland Browns defense, they played the perfect game.
Yeah, they really did. They weathered the storm. They knew that opening script, they're going to have to worry about that. That's pretty much every offense. You just kind of you don't put too much stock in that. Take a deep breath, recollect yourself on the sideline. I thought Kirk was great. The offense was great in that first drive. Mr. Joe Woods.
Joe Woods, defensive coordinator, used to be here. God bless you. Best of luck rest
Fantastic
of the way.
work, buddy.
Great work, man.
Good job today, for sure.
Joe Woods.
Miss you too, man.
He was here for 8 years, man, when Ben played,
Yeah.
you know?
Wow.
And I was really impressed with the way, Kirk basically just took off right where he was the last couple of games. I thought his anticipation was great. He slid around the pocket. He bought a little bit of time with his legs. And then I think with them sitting on the sideline, they just kind of lost their mojo. They lost their juice. And they started to pin their ears back, started blitzing a little bit more. Just they got us, man. They took it to us.
They took it to us. PA, I mean, you said the word bloodbath. I mean, Michael Pierce got injured. Rashad Breeland was ill. They pretty much just took it to us, and we just couldn't stop them.
Well, discretion was the better part of valor here, because when you have so many family members, Prefer and Ficken, they were together, Stefanski and Zimmer, and so on, I just wondered if anybody was going to go out of body and try to do something the teams don't normally do well, but they didn't. Yeah. I mean, Cleveland ran for what, 200, whatever it was, and the Vikings into the game were giving up 6.8 yards per play, and it looked like it was shaping up nicely, but then Chubb and Hunt and Hunt and Chubb, it just keeps going, and they're a very good team. Cleveland is a very good team, definitely a chance to go to the Super Bowl representing the AFC. So now we move on and we got to beat Detroit. I mean, that's it. We just have to beat the Detroit Lions, and that should be easy.
Yeah, and going into that Detroit game, I think that the biggest question mark, Ben, is can we continue to figure out what this offense can be in the second half? The third straight game today that they have not scored a touchdown in the second half. Is that a reason for questioning?
Yeah, I think absolutely it is. After a couple games, it's that's not really a trend. But at this point in time, it is a trend. And we have to figure out, as a Vikings offense and Clint Kubiak and his staff, they've got to do a better job of being in-game play callers. We've seen what they can do with the script. You can see what they like as far as the comfort of certain plays. But then as the game goes on and you have to call plays as the game is going in certain situations, we're just not doing a very good job with that. And I will say this, too. As much as Madison was great last week, 112 yards on the ground, had a bunch of receiving yards, it was pretty evident that we missed Dalvin Cook today at 100%. There was a lot of open running lanes inside that defense where only a guy like that can bob and weave and slither through and pick up some big gains. So I think not having him 100% was a big detriment to this offense.
Yeah, that second and third quarter when Dalvin pretty much didn't play, especially the third quarter, he was fairly missed. First play he got back in the fourth quarter, 13-yard dasher.
I know.
2-yard run after that. So if Dalvin's healthy, this offense can continue to go, right?
Right, but Cleveland's run defense was giving up 3.1 yard per run. And I'm like, okay, Malik Jackson, Malik McDowell, we'll see, because that's what this team does well. The Vikings do well, and this Cleveland run defense ain't no joke. I mean, Myles Garrett is not just a pass rusher. He's a phenomenal keeping contained, stopping the run. He leads them in tackles. Let me rephrase something for a second, because I don't like disrespecting National Football League teams. When I say that you should beat the Lions, I don't mean because they're terrible. I mean because you're here at US Bank Stadium, you're coming from 1-3, and it's 3 consecutive home games. And if you go 1-2 in 3 consecutive home games, losing to the Lions at the end of it, you got a lot of problems, man. So I don't want to disrespect the Lions here, but the Vikings are supposed to win that game.
Yeah, and I mean, the Lions did lose to the Chicago Bears today, so it makes you, say, okay, well, this is a team that should be beat. They're a great team also, but we should beat them if they come here with our fans. So final thoughts for you, coming from a defensive game where, we had 7 drives in the second half, 3 drives past the 50 and no touchdowns. How do we build and how do we get ready for this Lions team that's going to be licking their chops after coming off of a loss?
Well, defensively, I thought that we did a much better job in coverage. It's like we came into this game with some question marks in coverage, and I think they were answered today. I thought they did a great job calling certain zone coverages in certain situations that mitigated their screen game and their boot game. So I feel like we've kind of fixed that. Now we have to go back to the drawing board and figure out, okay, how do we not get mashed for 4.8 yards a run?
Yeah.
Let's fix that, and then we can kind of settle into this defense. So we still have a lot of work to do. Like PA is saying, this is still a formidable team, even though it seems like, oh, it's the Detroit Lions, but they have two really good backs. They can run and they can catch out of the backfield as well. And their head coach wants a physical style team. So we just saw a physical style team. We did not match up and win this game. So it's going to be a big one next week.
For sure. While we were saying we were playing the Lions, I'm sure the Lions are saying, well, we get to play the Vikings this upcoming Sunday. So
yeah, Vikings only have one win. That's what they're saying in the Motor City.
Exactly. So the best team will win, and that is all for this edition for Between the Lines, fueled by Gatorade.